Hello, my name is Carla Sujei Burunda. I'm a student at the University of Chihuahua. This video is for English class. The head US-China trade war escalates. The United States hit China with a new list of additional 2,000 billion of Chinese products to be with tariffs. Scaling trade, the United States is releasing list an additional 2,000 billion of Chinese products to be hit no tariff. China wants to fly his trade war against the United States did for that till the last minute will the two countries collapse. Well, in China collapses because it's defending video and the units which collapsed because it's building video principles is private increasing in selected feeling for both countries. In some respects is through the direct negotiations. The point that's working making here is that China has become a great global demand again, right, and global demand for agricultural foods, global demand for steel, iron ore commodities when China's needs your emerging markets catch cool no cities to large economies they actually have a responsibility though the global economy to work together they ensure that global economy is running smoothly not necessarily out of the goodness under their hearts because they say in those times global economy as well. I think from the Chinese perspective, China does not want to have a trade war with the United States, but if the United States want to impose this trade war China with flight to the last minute and their trade rally blows full scale both China and the United States will suffer and China wants to be a friend of the United States. We want to engage with the United States together rather for example being possessed what this trade war of tariffs to like if the United States China is a friend China is a partner let's work together rather destroy each other well in a context of raising protection rhetoric this paper looks on the potential impact of trade wars initiated by China and UN trade policies, which show that to trade cars, emerging countries, and the match the global trading system without bringing gains for the United States. We use a static multi-country, multi-sector Armington trade model to evaluate six models of three potential trade wars for a total of scenarios between the United States China, between the United States and Mexico, and between the United States and both U.S. government can implement the against trading partners in each case. We evaluate various forms of trade relations, be it traditions, partners, the science level of import do the one imposed the United States a duty that minimizes welfare laws, a duty that minimizes term of trade federation, a duty generates same and collective renew and finally a net equilibrium. We conclude that there is no scenario in which the US government arguments its domestic welfare or gross domestic product. Their wide sector gains in value in the United States, but they are small and the on other sectors or losses for China are relatively small. Potential losses for the Mexican economy are significant. There are also potential free riders of these trade wars, particularly in Central America. Finally, the values which trade relations are designed materially. The objective of the research is to evaluate the economic and trade impact of potential trade wars initiated with the US government. Or fixed policy conclusions, there is scenario under which the United States benefits from her protections operate on these trading partners of trade with for them. A third policy conclusion concerns U.S. trading partners. Although China is significantly affected by trade wars, the welfare losses are potential uh, for Mexico. For policy conclusion underlines an economy mechanism in the model that suffers the negative impact on China and Mexico because the current accounts is supposed the constant in processing of GDP and adjusting for exchange rates through domestic prices in record. Fifth policy conclusions concern the emergence of four-year riders. These countries, regions, and benefit from a bilateral of or trilateral trade or war between the United States and these trading partners. Though study exaggerate the potential magnitude of our trade, it is true, and the recently elected president of the United States has been making further protection in threats against China and Mexico since be to office during the presidential campaign. It is also true that even in these threats are excused, we are no certain partners. It will retag United even no economic losses the US unilateral protection on negligible for China and the large for Mexico and the for Chol Trixon reaction. This trading description my by mining a climate of goodwill policies establish their size to private investors. Therefore, they use partners. Why consider our range of instruments to cope with increments of protectionism. Thank you for watch video.